I went from a broke boy making $7.20 an hour in England, working in a warehouse and as a barista, to make over $1.5 million just in the past year, and over $3.5 million in the past 3.5 years. And in this video, I'll show you exactly what do I do. And keep in mind that I can scroll through these Stripe payments for like a week and a half, 2 weeks. I'm making anywhere from 500 at the very bad days to over $5,000 in the really good days. And this is not, I don't want to show you all about just a brag or show off. No, I just want to show that there is a system, there is a process which allowed a person like myself, which, you know, keep in mind that I had absolutely no skills, I had no rich parents, and I was just a broke boy with a dream. Even my English is not good enough. Like I don't have a fluent English. I'm not a native English speaker, and I still managed to make a lot of money, at least for me. I mean, going from $7.20 an hour to making multiple different $1 million in the time frame of like what, 3 years, I think it's pretty impressive. So you tell me though, you tell me. I want to share with you first of all that I'm just a normal regular guy with a normal job back in the days. I had no rich parents, I had no background in terms of corporate background or any education. In fact, I actually dropped out of high school. Or is that considered high school? Like I dropped at 11th grade. So I was the age of 17 and I thought, you know, it just doesn't make any sense. I'm just gonna quit because I didn't really have an option because my parents are divorced and I had to support my mom, I had to support my brother, I had to support the family. So I just had to quit school and, you know, figure a way out to make money. So basically what I did was working in construction sites. I've just added a few pictures here so you can understand where I was. But yeah, I was working in construction sites. Then I moved immediately to England and I was working as a barista as my second job. My first job was in a warehouse, in a bread warehouse that was in a tiny little interesting town called Weybridge that was in England. And I also found a third job, which was an Amazon delivery guy. And during that time, I was also trying to become a bodybuilder. I didn't really have the pictures here. I didn't really put them because that's another story for another video that I'm about to share with y'all. But I had a dream to become rich. I had a dream to become filthy rich, or at least to cover the bills so I can have, you know, space the thing and try and figure something else. By the way, don't mind that. It's just cold in here. And I'm also bald. On top of that, you can tell. And I don't want to show my bald ass hat. And also I'm ugly. Like I'm not a beautiful guy. I'm not handsome. I'm bald. I'm not too muscular. I'm not special. Like that's why I'm sharing all of that. I'm just trying to tell that I'm just a normal, regular guy who just find a way and how to, you know, make a good amount of money so I could live in my own terms. And most importantly, at least that's for myself. I really wanted to retire my parents, and I have done this. At year number 2, actually it was like a year and a half into my whole journey, I just called my mom and I was like, Mom, if you don't want to work anymore, like you don't have to. So since then, I've been supporting my mom and my stepdad. Well, of course, with my brother, we're doing this together. And like that's my biggest accomplishment. Forget all the cars, forget all the holidays, forget all the big spends, watches and all of that. Speaking of, I have a car too. I bought my dream watch and I bought my brother a Rolex Datejust for another $25,000. Bought 4 of my dream cars, which is AMG GT63S. I bought myself an Audi SQ7, brand new. I've also bought myself Audi RS6 C8, I believe, or C7, not sure what it is. And I bought multiple different items, which doesn't have any value. I mean, I've accomplished everything in terms of material shit that I've always wanted. I bought myself an apartment. I went to the best places, proposed to my girlfriends in Monaco in a helicopter ride. I have a blonde, blue-eyed woman, a wife. Like, what else do I want? I don't want anything else in life. Like, what really brings joy is basically doing what I'm doing, okay? I don't really think that there's something else at this point, except, of course, working with other people and just getting the results, both for myself and my clients. Like, that's what I do. I just love doing this. Materialistic shit matters to a certain point, but once you have it all, you'll be like, okay, I mean, is that it? Honestly, that doesn't bring any joy. All the cars that I had was actually a huge liability. Insurance, quite expensive for my age because I'm 26. Oh, sure, 25. I'm 26. The running cost of these vehicles is just expensive. Like at a certain point, I had like three. I have a Porsche, I have an AMG GT63, and I have a CLS 63 AMG. So when you add up everything, the insurance cost, fixing repairs and running costs and fuel and all of that, and even though considering that I'm spending like 16 hours in here working, it just doesn't make any sense. Okay, so I believe that I've accomplished everything that I've always wanted. I'm just tired of that. And I find passion is in actually running my own business. So that's why I'm creating this video, because I want to show you exactly what I'm looking at the screen as well, because somebody's calling me, which I just need to cancel the call though. So there we go. Boom. Okay. And yeah, that's what I'm about to show you here. The vehicle that I've built and constructed and tested and refined over the past 3 or 4 years is called the Digital Income Protocol, or DIP. I'm repeating this again, Digital Income Protocol. The Digital Income Protocol literally changed my life. This is a vehicle that I've discovered by myself and I've built by myself and I've refined over the years. And it allowed me to literally went from a broke guy working in 3 jobs as an Amazon driver, as a warehouse worker, and as a barista in a station called Weybridge, in a coffee shop called Pacino's, by the way, to make a lot of money, nearly $4 million. And just in the past year, I made like 1.5, 1.7 M. And yeah, let me show you basically how I'm doing the things that I'm doing. These are non-edited videos, as you can tell. I'm not gonna cut it here and there. No, instead, that's just gonna be a raw video of me talking and just showing you exactly what do I do. But I want you to understand one single thing. If you want to be like entertained and see all these infographics and all these text and backgrounds popping and all that bullshit, you can just walk away. You're not gonna see anything like this in this channel. This channel is gonna be all about education. Like, if I can show you guys how you can turn a simple idea into something that can make you, for example, like today, that's just like a payment. I'm not sure how I'm supposed to, I'm just gonna show it like this. Can you see that? Not sure if you can see that. Yeah, I think you can see that. Like, that's a payment that I had today. That's like 1,200 USD. I was supposed to work for a month and a half for what was that, like in pounds? Is that like 900 pounds? I was supposed to work for 30 plus days to get this payments for a whole month. That's like 160 hours worth of labor. And I've made this in like, what, in like 35 to 40 minutes. Of course, that took me like nearly 4 years. And you are probably not gonna be able to make such amounts, such sums, but it's absolutely fine. I will show you exactly how you can make anywhere from 100, 200, 500, and scale this to like $4,000 to $5,000 a day, right? So if you are currently, I didn't really have anything prepared here. I just wanted to talk and have it as raw as possible. But if you're currently in the 9 to 5 rat race, okay? If you are currently trying something, all right? Trying. I'm really horrible at writing, by the way. So if you're trying to escape the rat race, or you're trying to build a business, this is for you. If you have tried something, okay, because I've spoke to a lot of people who have tried different shit and it just doesn't work, and I'm gonna talk about and dive into this shit later on, but this is all for you. So if you're just having a normal job and you feel like I'm built for something more, or if you have tried something but didn't really quite work, or you felt it like, that's not for me, I don't really feel that, I don't like that vehicle, or if you are currently trying something and you're not sure if that's for you or not, keep watching this video. So I want to share with you, first of all, a few things about these points here, okay? So why do I know that whatever I'm teaching right now works? First of all, because I was a 9 to 5er myself, okay? I had 3 jobs working as an Amazon driver, as a warehouse worker, and as a barista. So I know for a fact that every one of you can change his life just like that. If you just focus and follow one specific vehicle, if you just use one specific vehicle. In my personal experience, that was the Digital Income Protocol. Stop calling me, please, thank you. In my experience, that was a Digital Income Protocol. I just figured it out myself, found a way, and I just kept printing and printing and printing, okay? So I'm the living proof that you can make it, okay? If you're currently trying something. So let's say you're trying right now to do some sort of like drop shipping thing, okay? You know for a fact you have to invest quite a lot of money into stock, into ads, and it's a hard thing to do. Profit margins are very thin, especially as a startup. You don't want to build a complex business to have a cash flow. You need something that is like as simple as possible. The simpler it is and the bigger the profit margins are, the better for you as a startup. Once you have the capital and you want to allocate it to drop shipping, if you want to have like 5 to 10% profit margins, go into it. But as a beginner, you don't have to build a business, okay? You just need a right protocol which will bring cash on a daily basis. It could be $100, $200, it doesn't really matter. You just need something to bring cash. A protocol that will bring cash. So if you're trying affiliate marketing or drop shipping or SMMA or freelance brand scaling, scamming, whatever the fuck that's called, these are hard skills. You're not going to be able to make it if you are. It's going to take like 2 to 3 years. It's a very difficult space to be at, okay? So that's exactly what I'm telling you, that you need something that is very fucking simple. And if you have tried something as well, I'm talking specifically about this point, this is exactly for you, because I know that you've probably been burned and you've tried something, it didn't really work out, or you had the wrong impression of how this thing works and why it works and all of that. Well, I want to tell you something. Like, I've tried pretty much everything that's on the market, everything. And there is a saying that, Alex, but everything works as long as you put the time into it. And I was like, all right, that's fair, but some things, like some business model, requires a lot of fucking investment. And let's be real, that's the brutal truth. It might be a time investment, it might be a financial investment, it might be both, it might be something that it's gonna take like ages, bro. And we as beginners, like I'm talking about you guys, I'm not there. I overcame that barrier, but you as a beginner, you don't have these resources. Yes, you might have some time, but why the fuck would you spend a year and all of your money on something that's not going to make you a single penny, at least for a year? It doesn't make any sense. You need a quick cash flow, something that will bring cash right away, okay? So this is exactly what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the digital income protocol, okay? So look, if you're currently trying something or tried something, pause there, listen to me, watch some of my videos, and I can guarantee that you'll be like, oh shit, where the fuck were I was, or whatever that's called in English. Right? I can guarantee that this thing is out of this world. The digital income protocol is something that you've never heard before, okay? So I want to jump right into the things and show you actually how this whole. So with that being cleared out of the way, I want to show you exactly what does my vehicle looks like and how you can just do the same thing. So the way that I've built my protocol, which is called the digital, oh shoot. And just like that, my pen died, but it's fine. Just gonna fix it in a second. There we go. Digital income protocol. There we go. So it's a very simple process. The first step, that's the first step, is that you just need an idea. I'm gonna go high level here. First step is that you need an idea. Second step is that we need to package this idea into a box. Okay? So we call this a product. But not just a regular product, but a digital product. A specific digital product. And then we're going to use a very effective, highly converting marketing materials to drag attention. This is eyes, right? Boom. Boom. I'm really bad at drawing, guys, so don't judge. But yeah, these are eyes. This is attention, okay? And as soon as we get this attention, we're gonna do dollars. What about that? How does that sound? And this is free, by the way. All of this is free. Like, you're not investing a single penny. So that means that you're basically keeping nearly 100% of your margins, of course, post taxes. Okay? So this idea could be anything. It could be anything. Like the protocol that I have, it can turn every single idea into a specific product, and we're going to show this to a very specific group of people, and they're simply going to buy. The good part about this, do you know what it is? That I'm using AI to find the idea, using AI to build the actual product. I'm using AI to find these people, and I'm using AI to make the money. So I'm leveraging AI in every single step, here, here, and here, without me lifting a finger. And by doing that, I'll show that to you again, because you might be like, Alex, but this might be not true, so how can we be sure that this is true? Well, I guess I should show this again. There we go. Check this out. This is another Stripe processor, by the way. Come on. I can scroll for ages. I mean, you got the points. The point here is that I can just show you how you can sell. Just an idea. That's what you need. You don't need capital. You don't need to be technically skilled. You don't need to have a background. You don't need to have a marketing degree. You don't need to invest 50,000 hours on a weekly basis to make this shit work. Okay? My digital income protocol is literally printing money. But I want to show you something. So let's say, and this is all free, okay? I just want to make sure that you understand that, and this is all free. This is free. Okay, boys? Okay. But what if I told you that there's a way on a scale? So let's say you made your very first $100,000, and you're not quite happy with this. Like in your corporate job or in your 9-to-5, you were making like $30,000 to $40,000, and now you're making $100,000, and you're like, okay, that's not enough. I want more. Like I don't want to make like $833 a month. I just want to make $8,000 a month, which is nearly $1 million a year. So what if I can show you a way, and that's what I'm doing right now on scale, that you can put $1. Come on. You can put $1 in, and you can get at least $8 out. And all of that by using AI. Okay, how does that sound? And this is like, there's no room for error. You're just copying and pasting my shit. You're not doing anything else. You just plug and play. Plug what I have, play what I have. That's it. Okay? And all this is happening through AI. There's a system that I have, which is called the Digital Income Protocol. AI Plus, just like the iPhone. But yeah, you can put $1 and it can make $8 out. But that's not the end. What if I tell you that as soon as somebody buys one piece of you, so for example, this is me, Alex. Alex comes and buys for me, Alex number 2. So let's say he pays $497. Okay? I can make Alex, not only make, actually Alex will come and beg me, hey, can I buy the 1.5K products? And then Alex will ask me, hey Alex, can I buy the $9,997 products? So basically what's happening is that this is a system that works from the inside. You're just attracting people through a specific method. You're getting them into this pool, like I call it. And as soon as they land, there's no way out. There's 100% chance of them converting. There's no way that they won't be able to exit without purchasing something. Okay? So just imagine, what if you can just have, let's just say let's look like little tiny numbers. Let's say right now that you're making what's the average salary at this point? Like let's say $2,500. Okay? 25, which is, By the way, this for Europe specifically is quite a lot. And you're selling something for like 1,000. This something could be anything, of course. Not going to disclose it here. But how many of those people you need? You need 3? Actually 2.5. Let's say 3 people. 3 of those to pay your monthly expenses, right? And you need, which is what, like one a week, less than 1 a week. What if you have, let's say 8, okay? So you have 8 of those. 8 people that pays you $1,000. How would that feel? That's like what, $8,000 a month. And you're currently working in McDonald's or Dunkin' Donuts or whatever you're working right now, and you're making like $2,500 a month. Or you're making 40,000, it doesn't really matter, okay? So right now, by the way, if you get 8 people, and that's easy job. That's, what's it like? Every week you need to sell 2 of those, right? Yeah, that's correct. So 2 times a week, 2 sales a week, which is every 3.5 days you have to make a sale, which is out of how many billion people on the planet. This is not just on the local or like international market. This is like global. So you need 8 people from around the world to pay you $1,000. Do you think that's difficult? Because I don't think so. I'm just starting out, by the way. I've never shared this anywhere. So you need 8 of those to make 8,000. But you know what's the interesting part? If you make 8,000 for 12 months, you're making 100 grand. Nearly. It's like 8,333. Okay. So congratulations, you're making this amount. So my question to you is, and this is all free, by the way, okay? So what if you just put some, I'm not gonna call the word steroids, but I just said it. What if you can just put some more fuel in the fire, and we can 10x that? Okay, you just made $1 million. How hard it is? Fairly simple. You won't even believe how simple that is. Why? Because there is a moment where you don't really need to attract new people, because you have all these people in here, and they'll happily pay you this, and then this, and then this. And how many of those do you need to make $1 million? Was that 100 people? If I'm not wrong, I think that's 100 people, right? By 10. Yeah, there we go. Of course, it's gonna take you some time. I'm not gonna lie. It's gonna take you like a year to get to this point so you can sell this. But we're starting slow. We're starting from here and from here. All of that is possible with the digital income protocol that I've developed. And in this channel, guys, I will show you not only what do I do, not only how I'm doing it, and I'll show you practical step-by-step processes and systems of how you can implement this by yourself. My results and how do I do what I do, okay? But now, if you wanna skip the queue, and if you wanna learn how this thing can be implemented within your life, and how we can turn your idea into something crazy, and within the very first 3 to 6 months, we can build an empire which will replace your job and live the life of your dreams, whatever the fuck that could be. In my case, the life of my dreams was to make like 2,500 euro a month. So I can pay all the bills, all the rents, and basically live the life of my dreams. That was my dream. I didn't really want it to make a lot, but things just started to compound and compounded. It turns out that our biggest month, we made like what? Like $124,000? With 115, I believe, clients, something like this. That's at the very early days, by the way, early days, where we're selling low ticket. But anyway, if you guys want to learn how this thing works in details, you can, first of all, follow me on my Instagram page if you still haven't do it. But if you want to have a chat individually with me, not with my team, not with anybody else, but with myself, and just discuss how we can turn this thing into a reality and completely transform your life within the next 3 to 6 months, click the link down below. There should be a form. Fill out the form, and if your application is just qualified, I'm gonna let you know. I'm gonna confirm our call, and let's have a discussion. If not, that's absolutely fine. I'm gonna share anyways pretty much everything that I know on how you can do this yourself. I'm not pushing anybody to do anything. So yeah, Thank you guys for watching. Don't mind the cap, the hat, whatever that is, and I'll see you in the next